Welcome back for another edition of Rockpile Readers. Remember, when the book is finished today, to click on the links below for extra activities related to today's book. I'm Stephen Zacharias, a museum educator here at the Rockpile Museum in Campbell County, Wyoming, and we're in our Pioneer Quilt exhibit for today's edition of Rockpile Readers. Our book today, The Kindness Quilt. The Kindness Quilt. One Friday at Sharing Circle, Mina helped Mrs. Bloom hold up a large green book. "I love stories," Mina said. "I do too," said Mrs. Bloom. "I'm going to read an Aesop fable." Mrs. Bloom began reading. The Lion and the Mouse. Long ago, a tiny mouse was scampering through the jungle. By and by, he came upon a great lion snoozing in the tall grass. The mouse was feeling playful, so he plucked a blade of grass and tickled the lion's nose. "Roar!" roared the lion, grabbing the little mouse in his huge padded paw. "What is this? An afternoon snack?" "Please, please, please, please don't eat me," begged the mouse. "Someday I will do something nice to help you." "Ha ha ha ha," laughed the lion. "You help me?" But he let the mouse go and fell back to sleep. A few weeks later, the mouse was scurrying home when he heard a terrible roar. There was his friend trapped in a net. The little mouse gnawed on the ropes with his sharp teeth and set the mighty lion free. When the story ended, Mina sat down. Then Mrs. Bloom asked, "What's the moral of this fable?" I know, said Mina. "It's about kindness. The lion let the mouse go, and later the mouse helped the lion. I think they both felt happy about being kind." Tyrone said, "It shows you can be kind whether you're little or big." Lindsay said, "We should try to do something kind every day." Dave said, "I'm kind to noodles." "Yes," said Mrs. Bloom, "kindness is a good thing for all of us to practice, no matter how big or small we are. I know that you're all very kind, so let's celebrate kindness with a do and draw and share kindness project." That night, Mina told Mom, Dad, and Pip, "Mrs. Bloom wants us to do something kind, then make a picture about it and take the picture to school to share. It's a kind of kindness project." "That's a wonderful idea," said Mom. "But," said Mina, "I'm not sure what to do." "We can help you with ideas," said Dad. Early Saturday morning, before Mom and Dad got up, Mina read to Pip. Reading books is a good idea for your kindness picture," Mina said. Mina nodded. "But," she said, "I'm still thinking." Before lunch, Mina went with Mom to community cleanup day. "Picking up litter in the park is being kind to our earth," said Mom. "That could be an idea for your kindness picture." Mina nodded. "But," she said, "I'm still thinking." Later in the afternoon, Mina and Dad cooked creamy carrot soup for supper. Mina took a big jar to the neighbors. After supper, Mina got a pencil and paper. "Kindness, kindness," she whispered to herself. "There are lots of kinds of kindness." Dad brought Mina a snack. "Yum," said Mina. "Sharing the soup with Mr. and Mrs. Checker could be an idea for your kindness picture," said Dad. Mina nodded. "But," she said, "I'm still thinking." "You can use my new markers, Mina," said Pip. "Thanks." Mina started writing and drawing. Later, Mom tiptoed in. She brought Mina scissors and more paper. Mina smiled. "Thanks, Mom." Then Mina started cutting. On Sunday afternoon, Mina looked at what she had written and drawn and cut out. Suddenly, Mina knew what she wanted to do. She found her glue stick and got to work. On Monday, Mina took her artwork to school. She listened as Carrie, Tyrone, Kyle, and Lindsay shared pictures of their acts of kindness. When it was Mina's turn, she held up her artwork. "Ooh," said the class. "It looks like a beautiful quilt," said Lindsay. "Wow," said Tyrone. "If you want to, you can make yours look like a quilt too," said Mina. "Great," said Mrs. Bloom. "Let's get out the art materials. Kyle, Carrie, Tyrone, Lindsay, since you've shared your kindness art today, you can work on your quilt squares. Mina can help." They cut and glued. They taped their acts of kindness together. Mrs. Bloom hung the paper quilt on the small bulletin board. As the days passed, more acts of kindness happened. Maya sent a card. Esteban helped his neighbor. Amon held a door open. Dave took care of noodles. And the kindness quilt grew until it overflowed the small bulletin board. Mrs. Bloom and the children had to move it to the big bulletin board. As more days passed, more and more acts of kindness happened. Jadelyn was kind to Keisha. Keisha was kind to Zach. Zach was kind to AJ. AJ was kind to Mina. When the kindness quilt overflowed the big bulletin board, Mr. Cooper helped them hang the quilt on the long wall in the hall. Soon, another class joined in. And the kindness kept growing and growing and growing. Remember, click on the links below so that you can add to the kindness quilt and help it keep growing. We'll see you next time on Rockpile Readers.